Greetings, fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 1996 film Hawk's Vengeance, starring Gary Daniels, George Chiang, Jane Heitmeyer, and Cass Megda. An overview of the movie? After his stepbrother has been killed by a group of organ harvesters, British soldier Hawk travels to America to find justice. With the help of some locals and his stepbrother's friends, Hawk tracks down the people who killed his stepbrother and goes about making their lives a living nightmare. Nothing can get in the way of Hawk's vengeance. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, the action in this movie just started right away, right from the very beginning. The first scene of the movie was Hawk's brother chasing down this bad guy who has been known to be causing disappearances of other people from other gangs. He chases him into this alley and then gets killed by the organ harvester hitman guys, and he dies. That's the first scene of the movie. The second scene of the movie is this little hostage situation, and this little army guys come in and they start shooting bad guys, but one of the hostages get killed. And then Hawk bursts in through a window and he starts killing all the other bad guys. It turns out later it was just a little training video. But you didn't know that until after the scene was over. Those two scenes, being the first two scenes of the movie, really set the tone of just how action-packed the rest of the movie was going to be. Also, the fight scenes in this movie and the action scenes in this movie were beautifully choreographed, and they were very creative. Like at one point, he's using a little chunk of a mirror as a weapon to try and defend people. It's just fantastic. Different uses of the environment and different uses of different things in the area. At one point, they're fighting on this ceiling, and one of the guys pulls off one of those old school television antennas with little spiky things to help you get TV channels and starts using that like a sword. It was great. I loved it. Also, one of my favorite things about this movie, and something you'll have picked up if you've watched any of my other reviews too, this movie had almost no shaky cam. I can only think of one scene in this entire movie that had any shaky cam at all. So the fact that this movie had hardly any of it, I love that because I hate shaky cam. The cons of this movie? Well, first of all, this movie had really stiff acting. Let's be honest, Gary Daniels is not a good actor. He's an amazing martial artist. He does great fight scenes, but he's not a good actor. He's kind of like the king martial artist of the direct-to-video scene. And he was one of the best actors in the movie, so that gives you an idea of how everybody else did. The acting was stiff. I mean, I've seen pieces of wood that are less stiff than some of the acting. I know that's a cliche thing that I say in almost every review, but in this one it really is true. The main villain of this movie, he was easily forgettable. Like, I just watched this movie a little while ago. The only thing I remember about the main villain of this movie is he was a white dude with long black hair and he liked to play with knives. I don't remember anything else about him, and he was the primary antagonist of the movie. You gotta write him better, you gotta make him better. Make him memorable, give him a reason, give me a reason to remember him and to care about him and to think, wow, this really is a bad guy. Not like, oh, this is a guy with some weird hair that likes to play with knives. Playing with knives doesn't make you a bad guy. Killing people, raping people, doing horrible things, that makes you a bad guy. Playing with knives, that just makes you a weird guy. Also, this movie had a very stereotypical plot. It's your basic, you killed my brother, now I've got to kill you plot. It's revenge written all over it. One thing they did right is they did not have a damsel in distress, so, kudos on them for doing that. That's one way they broke the mold, broke the stereotype. But that's really the only way. It was just, you killed my brother, I'm going to mess with your business. Meh, plot and story, go. My favorite action scene of the movie? That would have to be the scene in Hawk's stepbrother's apartment where the two hitmen guys who are working for the main villain, they're waiting in the apartment, waiting for Hawk to get home from the grocery store or whatever. Hawk comes in with his grocery bags and then they try to kill him. And this big fight ensues, using the room and furniture as a weapon, a lot of versatility. At one point he used a couch as a weapon because, to hell with you, I'm going to crush you with this couch. Used a chunk of a broken mirror as a weapon. And at one point, one thing that I really liked about this movie, it was a unique touch that I haven't seen anywhere else, is that one of the hitmen accidentally cut off the other hitman's fingers, cut off two of his fingers. And that was a really nice touch. I liked it. It was a nice little comedic moment. And that really, in my opinion, that helped sell this particular action scene. My overall thoughts on the movie? I have to give this movie the Zangief. While I did enjoy it while I was watching it, I can't think of any reason to watch it more than one time. The fact that I only know who the main villain is because the movie just went right out and told me that he was the villain is a huge downfall. Overall, this movie is much like the villain of the movie. Ultimately forgettable. I can't think of any reason why anyone should watch this movie, but if someone wanted to, I wouldn't try to talk them out of it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week. Also, if you have any recommendations for movies you would like me to review in the future, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you and have a nice day.